Hello from the Pennines. How you doing? Alright everyone. Sun is going down, which is just above this hill over here, and I'm just approaching one of the reservoir lakes. Little Ferdinand is ahead of me here. Its sun is going down, so it's coming up about 9 o'clock. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the new ticketing system, which is going to affect every supporter who goes to Newcastle games, largely St James's Park. Will it be eventually brought in for away games? I would have thought so as well. I've already seen it. I think we're a little bit behind the times. All the sporting events, concerts, especially in America, it's all digital now. So people do like to collect the paper tickets. I just thought I brought mine out with us. This is the one where I was at Bournemouth away. But these are no longer going to be happening in St James's Park. So if you are a collector of paper tickets, unfortunately, they're going to go. Now, of course, you can always print your digital ticket off and save it as a memento if you're a collector of them. A lot of hassle doing that, yes, but you can still do it that way. But why is it being brought in then? So because it's obviously the digital age, isn't it? Let's face it, that's why it is. And it's going to affect you in one way or another, depending on which side of the fence you're on this. So the said supporters must ensure that the name and their identity registered to the relevant season ticket account holder responds to the person using it to enter St James's Park next season, when there will be heightened checks. So they say there's going to be more checks. The first question I have straight away with this is that, what if you've got a poor signal? Because if it's a live QR code, and yes, the easiest thing to do would be to screenshot it. If that's fine, cool, that's okay. But if it's live, the signal strength at St James's Park is possibly one of the worst in the Premier League. It's awful. It's something that has to be improved massively, and I'm sure the owners are aware of that. Of course they are. I wanted to skip down further, down to where it says improving stadium entry. It will also introduce an improved method for season ticket holders to transfer their ticket for Pacific matches to nominated eligible individuals when they are unable to attend themselves. And that's a first for Newcastle United. Further information will be announced in due course. We'll pause there just for a second because this is across the Premier League. Bournemouth do it. I've just mentioned one of the tickets. Man United do it. I think Southampton do it. Brighton, actually, you've got to have ID to go to Brighton games. So they're clamping down on it. And this is the first way. This is interesting. So if I can't go to a game, for example, I'll use me. I'm unwell, for example, I've got the flu. And now that one of the team on NFTV can go, I can nominate them if they're eligible. Now, we can speculate all day long what they're eligible for. Have they been a member for a certain period? Do they need a certain amount of points to go? All this kind of stuff. You can go on and on and on, can't you? You can speculate till the cows come home. Any cows about? No, just sheep. Just sheep down here on the Pennines. But it also goes on to say the new digital platform will assist the club in ensuring St James's Park is safe, welcoming and enjoyable place to watch football. It will ensure only those eligible to use tickets are able to access the stadium, ensuring the potential for ticket touting and system abuse are minimised. We all know that ticketing abuse and touting happens, because this is where I want to come on to. So I would imagine, especially at home, if you're an elderly fan, I sit next to one who doesn't have a smartphone, they will probably be able to bypass that. They may be classed as vulnerable or put down as accessibility. Because not everybody, especially the older generation, have a smartphone. Because if you can't, you're getting penalised for not going to the ground. So surely that has to be looked at. Of course it will be. But the system abuse is an interesting one, because will that be brought in for away games? Now, for home games, you know, if I'm ill, I can just give my season card, which is in my bag, by the way. I should have got that out. I can just give my card and go, right, there you go, Sam, get yourself in, or whoever needs to go from the channel, or one of my family members, or whoever. But that's what they're referring to by giving it away. Now, you might say, but it's my family member, it's petty, but you can resell it on the website. But what's interesting is, will it clamp down on away tickets? Will that now be the next thing? Because as you know, getting to away games for a lot of fans, not in particular, well, I could use some of NFTV. So me and Johnny are eligible for almost every game. So the channel's been to every single game this season and last season. I think we only missed 1 or 2 this season before that. So we're there every day. So we're normally all right. But the people in NFTV, the people who don't go to many away games, can't qualify because the points are so high. So we'll use an example. We've got an away game on Monday night. I'm going to use Burnley because it always seems to be Monday night at Burnley. Monday night, and the points are, we'll go 50 points. We'll say 50 points, right? But John Smith, we'll use John Smith, who's got no plans to go to Burnley on Monday night. He's going to sit at home. He's at work, for example. So he's at work and he's going to catch the second half on Sky Sports. John Smith can quite easily sell his ticket on to somebody who has 0 points. The thing is, this is depending on which side of the fence you sit on, because I was referring back to this at the start of the video. If you're sitting on 40 points, you know fine well if the people above you don't go, don't sell their tickets, the points will drop to 40 quite easily. They'll get less and less in the drop. Those fans that don't have anybody or don't know people in the know where they can get tickets to get to away games are going to be penalised because they've accumulated so many points throughout the years. They're stuck because the points won't drop. Now you're probably thinking how many away fans go. You will say 3,000. Cooperative get a few, so that narrows that down a little bit. But on the flip side of the argument is, who can we use? We'll use Liam. We'll use Liam from the channel, for example. Sorry, Liam. Liam wants to go to an away game. He can't because he hasn't got the points. And he'll never be able to get the points because the points are so high. So he has to rely on John Smith to get to an away game. Or whoever to get to an away game. And that'll only be his way to get to an away game. So it's a balance of what's fair. There's rumours that it'll be over this, you know, it's going to be rumoured to be over a 5-year rolling tenure, how many away games you've been to. It's a step in the right direction, I think, the digital scanning for home games, but that conundrum with the away ones, we'll wait and see what happens with that, because I think, for me personally, for people who've had those points, the 20 points, the 30 points, the 40 points, the 50 points, and so on, they deserve to go because they've accumulated so many points. Do you know the Carabao Cup final? I wanted to bring that up because even with the Carabao Cup final, there's people upset about that because there's people who wanted one game in the Carabao Cup, got to go to the final, where there's people who are season ticket holders couldn't because they didn't go to any cup games or any away games. Things like that, you know, that's a bit horrible for them. But in terms of the way ones is interesting. How do you combat that? How do you keep everybody happy? People who can't get points, do you put a little section away where, you know, 3,000 fans go to Burnley away on a Monday night? Do you put 10% away for people who have under 20 points or something like that? I don't know. I really don't know. You cannot please everybody. And, you know, if you go to a away game and it's Man United Old Trafford and it's 70 points, people who are sitting there on 60 are waiting for that to drop, but they know that there's a couple of hundred people in front of them have already sold their tickets on for people who have no points, so they can't go. It's a tough one. You can't please everybody. This is the first step, I think, and I think eventually I do think Face ID will probably come into it, but the Wi-Fi around stadiums are going to have to improve, because if it's just a case where if you're going to St James's Park and you can just screenshot, you can easily forward that screenshot on to another user, to another mobile. That's dead easy, simple. But there we go. I'm next to Riley's sheep here, but see them behind us. But that's it, everybody. So it's an interesting one. Can't please everyone, can you? But the season is done. Mad, isn't it? Absolutely crackers that the season is done. But yeah, from me and little Ferdinand, we'll see you everyone. What's what it's a day. Let us know what you think, of course, in the comments below. How do you fix the situation? Do you like the digital, the way it's going at home? And eventually I would imagine that's probably going to come in for away. If not, it might already. And that'll cause a few kickoffs, won't it? But can't please everybody. But yeah, that's it everyone. Drop us a like, ta-da, bye bye.